Hi, Danielle. I saw your email and wanted to respond. And what I felt was the best way, and that is for me to work out this problem and have you compare it to your own work. We want not this to be a frustrating experience, so hopefully this will help. So you've read the problem, so you know that the previous balance was 732.78. So that's what goes into the balance for the billing date. Then we're going to make a payment. So I'm going to type in 732.78. And we're going to make a payment, so we're going to move off 300 from the balance and come to 432.78. Then we're going to make a purchase for lunch, so that adds to our balance. 45.84 being added to it is the 478.62. And I'm also purchasing concert tickets for 83.78, and so I add that to it as well for 562.40. Awesome. Now I'm going to need one other date in here. It's not going to change a balance or anything, but I need to bring myself up to the next billing cycle so I get the number of dates correct. So July 8th was the billing date last month. August 8th is going to be our billing date this month. And so it doesn't really do anything. Maybe I'll call this billing date. That might be more efficient, but it doesn't change our balance any, but it allows me to count the number of days correctly. So I need to know how long it stayed at each balance. So it stayed from the 8th to the 18th at 732.78 for a total of 10 days. From the 18th to the 29th, it was 432.78, so that's 11 days. From the 29th to the 3rd, there we need to be careful. So we'd count up the 30th, 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. That's 5 days that it was at the 478.62. And then another 5 days from August 3rd to August 8th, it was at the 562.40. Notice that my days add up to be 31, exactly the number of days that are in July. And so now we need to get the average of all that. So we know that 732.78 is happening 10 times. So we'll do that partial sum, 738.78 times 10, and we get $7,327.80. Then I take my 432.78 and multiply by 11, and I get, so let me write that down, 432.78 multiplied by 11, and I got $4,760.59. So I'm showing all these individual steps because I just want you to be able to trace your work and we can compare. So 478.62, and I need to multiply that by 5, and we get 2393.10. And then we have the 562.40 balance. That's over 5 days. And so we take the 562.40 and multiply by 5, and we come up with 28.12 even. Awesome. So I'll put a 0.00 in there. So now what we need to do is add all those up. So I take my 7327.8, add to that my 4760, and I got to be really careful how I plug all this in. Like I am making some translation mistakes here, so I got to be just extra careful. So 4760.59 plus 2393.1 plus 2812.00. So then I'm just going to check on my calculator, make sure I've entered them all incorrectly before I hit enter. And looks like I did. And I get a grand total of 17293.49. So again, I'm showing all this work so you can trace it. But remember, that's the balance with all the weights attached. So I need to divide by the number of days, which is 31. So I'll leave this number in my calculator, divide by 31, and I get 557.854. And that's exactly what that average daily balance answer they said should have been. Okay, and then the finance charge. So let me see what you got. You got 406.50 as your average daily balance is what you put into your homework. So I'm not sure how you got the correct finance charge. But the finance charge, like if we continue this problem, looking at the problem, the finance charge was 1.6%. And so we're going to take our 55785, multiply by 0.016, and come up with the $8.93. It's actually 8.925, but we're going to always do natural rounding there. Now, in order to get what do they ask? The account balance for the next billing cycle. For next cycle. Well, some people get this wrong because they take the $8.93, the finance charge. So our finance charge is the $8.93, and they add it to the average daily balance. That doesn't make sense. What I owe the company right now at the end of the month on August 8th, I owe them $562.40, but I had a running balance which put on an $8.93 charge. So I take my $562.40 and add the 8.93, and we get 571.33, which is exactly what they have. So you mentioned being a little bit off. There may be some miscalculations in number of days, misadding, mistyping things into your calculator. That should work out to be the same thing. So hopefully this allows you to look at your work and look at the work that led to the right answer and be able to see, okay, where did I go wrong? And then make those necessary adjustments. All right, hope this helps. Bye.